When you look at the crowds today, you have maybe 5,000–6,000 people here. On the streets yesterday, 1 million people, 1 million Iranians in the street for the Ayatollah Khomeini. Does that not give you concern? Does that not make you afraid?
Because they are afraid, yeah, that's right. And most of the people don't say anything because they are afraid. And they are in silence, you know, they don't say anything.
Is this the silent majority of Iran out here now?
Yes, that's right.
Do you want the Shah to return?
Yes, Shah, return to the country.
What about you, Shah? Why do you want the Shah? Why does she want the Shah?
ما شاه میخوایم ما بیچاره
شادی کشتنش حلاله کجای قرآن گفته
47 years we've been bleeding in the dark, under the shadow of the Islamic regime, with a stone cold heart. They silenced our voices, they turned off our light. 58 days without internet, but we still fought the night. Our children took the streets, they raised their empty hands, and the world looked away. Do you understand? Do you know Europe? Do you know what's been done? Do you know Europe? 42,000 souls are gone, killed in 2 days by a regime drenched in blood. Do you know Europe? that's all it took. Mothers and fathers and sons, did you even look? We stand with Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi, our hope and voice. Millions behind him marching, he is our only choice. He only fights for freedom, democracy and human rights. But you mock him in your chambers while he fights for our lives, to pull us out of this darkness, this century-long night, while you sign deals with our killers and call it diplomatic right. Do you know Europe? Do you know what's been done? Do you know Europe? They hang 60-40 souls one by one, hanged within 4 months by a regime drenched in blood. Do you know Europe? Or have you just given up? Do you know Europe? Do you feel anything at all? Or did something break inside you while Iran answered the call? Do you know Europe? What happened to you, Europe? What made you so cold? What turned your heart to stone while our story went untold? Is oil worth more than blood? Is silence worth the shame? Because while you negotiate with murderers, we are dying, calling your name. Do you know Europe? Do you know what's been done? Do you know Europe? 42,000 souls are gone, killed in 2 days by a regime drenched in blood. Do you know Europe? Or have you just given up? Do you know Europe? We are still here, we are still strong. Do you know Europe? How much longer? How much longer? How long? Do you know Europe?
To all of our friends around the world, under the yoke of the Islamic Republic, Iran is identified in your minds with terrorism, extremism, and poverty. The real Iran is a different Iran, a beautiful, peace-loving, and flourishing Iran. It is the Iran that existed before the Islamic Republic, and it is the Iran that will rise again from its ashes the day the Islamic Republic falls. So let me be clear about how a free Iran will act towards its neighbors and the world after the fall of this regime. In security and foreign policy, Iran's nuclear military program will end. Support for terrorist groups will cease immediately. A free Iran will work with regional and global partners to confront terrorism, organized crime, drug trafficking, and extremist Islamism. Iran will act as a friend and a stabilizing force in the region, and it will be a responsible partner in global security. In diplomacy, relations with the United States will be normalized, and our friendship with America and her people will be restored. The State of Israel will be recognized immediately. We will pursue the expansion of the Abraham Accords into the Cyrus Accords, bringing together a free Iran, Israel, and the Arab world. A new chapter will begin, grounded in mutual recognition, sovereignty, and national interest. In energy, Iran holds some of the largest oil and gas reserves in the world. A free Iran will become a reliable energy supplier to the free world. Policymaking will be transparent. Iran's actions will be responsible. Prices will be predictable. In transparency and governance, Iran will adopt and enforce international standards. Money laundering will be confronted. Organized corruption will be dismantled. Public institutions will answer to the people. In the economy, Iran is one of the world's last great untapped markets. Our population is educated, modern, with a diaspora that connects it to the four corners of the world. A democratic Iran will open its economy to trade, investment, and innovation, and Iran will seek to invest in the world. Opportunity will replace isolation. This is not an abstract vision. It is a practical one, grounded in national interest, stability, and cooperation. To achieve this, now is the time to stand with the Iranian people. The fall of the Islamic Republic and the establishment of a secular, democratic government in Iran will not only restore dignity to my people, it will benefit the region and the world. A free Iran will be a force for peace, for prosperity, and for partnership.
وقتی واسه غم نی گرچه قصه هامون کم نیست همه خسته این قبولم ما فرصتی واسه ماتم نیست روشن میشه فردا خورشید سرزمین ما سرم باز و سینه سپر بلند میگم جاوید شاه وقتی واسه غم نی گرچه قصه هامون کم نیست همه خسته این قبولم ما فرصتی واسه ماتم نیست روشن میشه فردا خورشید سرزمین ما سرم باز و سینه سپر بلند میگم جاوید شاه. روبروم یه واژه، یه هدف به نام انتقامه، پشت سرم دعای مادر و تو دستم تفنگ بابامه. رو زبونم اسم شاه، بگین عشق بی انتهاست، هر جا اسم ایران اومد اونجا صدای بچه رضاست. فردا می نویسن تو کتاب قصه دیمار، بگو با تیر جنگی کشتن بچه های بیگناه رو، بگو از بخت مادرها شیر زنا و دخترامون، بگو تنها شهید شدیم تا تنها نمونه شامون. وقتی واسه غم نی گرچه قصه هامون کم نیست، همه خسته ایم قبولم ما فرصتی واسه ماتم نیست. روشن میشه فردا خورشید سرزمین ما، سرم باز و سینه سپر بلند میگم جاوید شاه. وقتی واسه غم نی گرچه قصه هامون کم نیست، همه خسته این قبولم ما فرصتی واسه ماتم نیست. روشن میشه فردا خورشید سرزمین ما، سرم باز و سینه سپر بلند میگم جاوید شاه. وقتی واسه غم نی گرچه قصه هامون کم نیست، همه خسته این قبولم ما فرصتی واسه ماتم نیست. روشن میشه فردا خورشید سرزمین ما، سرم باز و سینه سپر بلند میگم جاوید شاه.
سلام من به تو یار قدیمی، منم همون هوادار قدیم.
سید سلام چطوری مردک، کلی کتلت شدین دایی بدون مدرک. سلام بسیجی قهرمان رفتی پیش توسی با پنیر و یه نون سنگک. سلام به محفل قرآنیتون، سلام به مدیرای بحرانیتون، سلام به حاجی اکبر و طوله هاش و خارج و رفقای ارگانیتون، سلام به دزدای پول ملت که تش میفتین توی تور ملت. سلام به همه شما کرکسایی که دارین نونتون رو میزنین تو خون ملت، تا که تش زیر دست و پاک و تک بخورین حالا هی به یه بادکنک بدوین. سلام آخر تو زندان باشه وقتی قرار به این آب خنک بخورین. مرگ بر ملا متولی ننگ در دنیا، ننگ بر دوتا مجاهد چپی بعد از ملا. مرگ بر ملا متولی ننگ در دنیا، ننگ بر دوتا مجاهد چپی بعد از ملا. اینو بگذاریم به خاک میرسیم، تجزیه طلبی که به خاک بیرسیم. ایران مردمش وطن پرستن، از کرد تا بلوچ بری به فاک میرسی. توف به هر چی مرسی است، توف به هر کی در پی تجزیه است، توف به لوی و همونی که شیفته ی گل ملیگرا تو وطن خدا نستی هست. سر کردستان همه برپا شدن، بلوچستان فدای مهسا شدن. شم واحد که شیر و خورشید ما بقی جعلی ها تنها شدن. شادی باشه واسه همه در میهن، کور بشه چه شهر چی اهریمن. رخه رو بگید اون 6 کلاس سواد و خبرگان و مجد سری ترجیحن. شبهای عروس و دامادی باشه برن سلامتی نوش کنن و آبادی باشه. مقصد کجاست میدون شهیاده به سمت اتوبان آزادی باشه. سلام به نسل ندید پدیدا، نبودیم ندیدیم قدیمتی ما. شاه بود تو شادی کل میزدین، حالا شاه بر میگرده پیک میزنین. مرگ بر ملا متولی ننگ در دنیا، ننگ بر دوتا مجاهد چپی بعد از ملا. مرگ بر ملا متولی ننگ در دنیا، ننگ بر دوتا مجاهد چپی بعد از ملا. مرگ بر ملا متولی ننگ در دنیا، ننگ بر دوتا مجاهد چپی بعد از ملا.
فاهنگ به این خوشگلی با نوایده بود، اسم این عشقاین رو توش بیاریم ولی خب لازم بود دیگه. فکر کنم با نوایده
Let's go. میخوام بگم از دلم، از عشق به این میهنم، به امید روز شکست دشمن شاه برمیگرده به وطن. برگشتن پهلوی وحشت هر اجنبی، بلند بگو همشهری شاه رضا پهلوی. نظام رسیده پرتگاه، بلند بگو جاوید شاه. برگشت شاه به میهن، دوای درد وطن. این آخرین نبرده، پهلوی برمیگرده. داره میاد پهلوی، زجه بزن سید علی. راه نجات وطن، پهلوی هموطن. ایران میشه گلستان، شاه که بیاد به ایران. ایران که شاه نداره، حساب کتاب نداره. آخون باید گم بشه، توپ تانک فشفشه. گم شو بیرون اجنبی، داره میاد پهلوی. فریاد بزن جاوید شاه، شعار هر وطن ها. ما شاه میخوایم نه ملا، بذار بشنوه دنیا. ایرانی داد بزن، شاه تو فریاد بزن. برگشتن پهلوی وحشت هر اجنبی، بلند بگو هموطن شاه رضا پهلوی. فریاد بزن جاوید شاه، شعار هر وطن خواه. بلند بگو جاوید شاه، شعار هر وطن خواه. فریاد بزن جاوید شاه، شعار هر وطن خواه. فریاد بزن جاوید شاه، شعار هر وطن خواه. بلند بگو جاوید شاه، شعار هر وطن خواه.
Look at us here today. We see so many flags representing so many nations. We know we are not alone, and we thank you for being with us. For all people around the world who stand today in unity with the Iranian people, this is not just because it's good for us, and you do it out of compassion and care for our rights to liberty and justice and equality and human rights. But understand that it is in your best interest too, to have, unlike this regime that has been propagating terror and radicalism, we the people of Iran are peacemakers and not warmongers. We like to be friends, especially with the free world. We'd like to be able to have the best neighborly relationship with the people of our area and the region, with the Arab countries, with Israel, and all our other neighbors. We are fighting for justice, we're fighting for human rights, we are fighting for liberty, we're fighting to put an end to all sorts of discrimination. Because as an Iranian, I stand here to tell you that I've dedicated 47 years of my life because I think that my country deserves far better than what we have right now. To now understand that their best remedy is to support the people of Iran, because ultimately a free Iran will be your best partner, not just to bring stability and peace, but it will be in your best economic interest and opportunities. Together we can prosper again, and the world will be so different once the Iranian people are free. I am here to guarantee a transition to secular democratic future. I am committed to be that leader of transition for you, so we can one day have the final opportunity to decide the fate of our country through a democratic, transparent process, through the ballot box and free elections. And let's make sure that this time, especially the free nations of this world and their governments, stand on the right side of history.
Well, Durud, everyone. Durud Patriots. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to day 164 of Iran Revolution Live with your wonderful and amazing host, Mr. Armin Navabi.
And your wonderful and amazing host, Goldie Ghamari.
Armin, did you see President Trump's Truth Social post?
Yeah, it just came out. The
Just
Apache
came out
helicopter.
20 minutes ago.
Yes.
So, guys, President Trump just posted on Truth Social 20 minutes ago. I have just been informed by our great military that last night, the Iranians, he means the Islamic regime, shot down one of our highly sophisticated Apache helicopters while patrolling over the Strait of Hormuz. There were 2 pilots involved. Both are safe and uninjured. Nevertheless, the United States must, of necessity, respond to this attack. Thank you for your attention to this matter. President Donald J. Trump.
Oh my God. Goldie, I think we're gonna get a deal any day now. What do you think? I think we're gonna get a deal. I think we're so close to a deal. What do you think?
I think the Islamic regime took President Trump's bait. They thought that they could get away with attacking U.S. military men. And I think this has pretty much given President Trump the green light to go ahead.
Yep. So no deal?
Well, I mean, if the deal is unconditional surrender, then sure. But other than that,
yeah. Oh my God.
This reminds me of what you shared yesterday from Marco Rubio. If a country shoots, we'll shoot back.
Only stupid countries don't respond when they get shot at. You have to be a stupid country. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Fantastic. Wow. I'm so glad that they're safe. I'm so glad that the pilots are safe.
Absolutely.
And yes. So what do you think the response is going to be? Boom booms are incoming?
Absolutely.
Ooh.
Well, because the thing is, the United States can't let this go because the entire world is watching, right? Because the response of the United States now has to give to the Islamic regime. It's not just about the Islamic regime, it's about everyone else. So the Islamic regime, so what I think is that President Trump is going to make an example of the IRGC so that no other country ever dares to shoot at American military ever again. Because if President Trump lets this slide, right? If President Trump says, "Oh, let's just go back to negotiations and negotiating table," Russia's going to take a note of that. China's going to take a note of that. North Korea is going to take a note of that. All of the countries that are currently against the United States are going to take note of that.
It will be open season on American soldiers if there's no consequences.
Exactly.
Right.
Absolutely.
So hopefully we're going to see a devastating response.
I think we will.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I think we will, because there's nothing else that there's nothing else they can do. If they don't respond, they're basically signaling to the entire world that we're all talk and no action. And that's not President Trump at all.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we have a lot more updates from President Trump on Iran. You want to
let's go to that. Yeah.
Okay. But actually, before we do that, maybe we should get an update on how we got here. What was the Islamic Republic thinking? Like when they were shooting at the helicopter, like didn't they like isn't that like really, really dumb?
Yeah,
like, that
it is.
Yeah. Okay. They were shooting at it thinking like obviously this is not gonna hit, and then it was they hit. They were like, oh no, what have we done? What have we done? I don't I don't know. Okay, we'll see. Like obviously it's not gonna hit, but let's just shoot at it. But then it hit. Maybe it was bait. Maybe you're right. But let's see how we got here.
A U.S. Apache helicopter went down near the Strait of Hormuz on Monday. Now, President Trump says the crew members are doing fine, and we are still gathering more information on what took place. It's not clear.
So this is before it was clear. Now it's clear. So just a few minutes ago, hours ago, it became clear that Islamic Republic shot them down. But this video was after we got the news that the Apache helicopter went down, and before we knew what happened. So just keep that in mind.
Information on what took place. It's not clear if the gunship went down due to enemy fire or a mechanical issue. This does come as the ceasefire with Iran is holding again as the region braces for what comes next. President Trump spoke after attending Game 3 of the NBA Finals between the Knicks and Spurs. He indicated that negotiations toward a deal are ongoing, and we could have a better idea of where things stand in the days ahead. The president also discussed his call with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu after the exchange of fire over the weekend.
We had a very good conversation, and he was hit, and he hit back, and I can't blame him for that, but he was hit.
So this is, by the way, really good, Goldie. Like there's some like the President Trump saying that, you know, he hit back, and I can't blame him for that. So a lot of the you know, made up tension, real tension, fake tension, you know, President Trump is basically confirming that Israel has the right to respond. So it's good to hear that, obviously.
Hit back, and now they've called it quits, so they're gonna just leave each other alone for another week or something.
Did you see that laughter? Did you guys look at that? Did you hear the laughter? Like they're gonna leave each other alone for a week. I don't know, a week or something. So basically, his expectation is that it's not gonna last. Listen to that again, guys. Listen, he laughs when he said like he's gonna say like we're gonna leave each other alone. You would think like for a few months, like nope, just for a week or so. Listen to that. It's funny.
It quits, so they're gonna just leave each other alone for another week or something.
You can't even say it with a straight face.
Right. I got that smile. Oh my god.
He knows.
That's amazing. He knows, yes.
After President Trump called on Israel and Iran to stop shooting, both sides agreed. Since then, Israel has continued to operate against Iran-backed Hezbollah in Lebanon, launching new strikes overnight and issuing fresh evacuation orders this morning. Prime Minister
Yeah, by the way, guys, in Lebanon, apparently the only thing that Israel is not supposed to do and only is allowed to do when Hezbollah hits them is to hit the Zahya southern Lebanon. That's the only place that they cannot hit. So basically, you could keep destroying Hezbollah targets everywhere else. Just this one neighborhood in Beirut, just hands off of that, which is, I think, like, it is pretty much, I mean, it's not like most of Hezbollah is not there anyways. So just keep going. You know, just keep hitting Hezbollah. Just leave Zahya alone, I guess. Unless that hitting the Zahya region in southern Beirut is symbolic anyways. It's like it's not like Hezbollah's headquarters are still there like before. Oh, thank you. Somebody's saying good catch, Armin. Thank you.
Netanyahu addressed his country overnight with a message for Hezbollah.
In the past 24 hours, Iran and Hezbollah tried to impose a new equation on us. This equation is intolerable and unacceptable to me. They thought they could fire from Lebanese and Iranian territory at Israel and that we would not act. That did not happen, and that will not happen.
With questions about if the ceasefire could be broken again, international attention remains on the Strait of Hormuz, where the U.S. naval blockade of Iranian ports is expected to continue. CENTCOM says U.S. forces disabled an unladen oil tanker in the Gulf of Oman on Monday after it tried to breach the blockade. An FA-18 Super Hornet from the USS Abraham Lincoln fired a precision munition into the ship's engineering and steering rooms. Since the blockade...
Why are these ships are even trying to pass the blockade? They're like, oh, We're a commercial ship. There's a whole bunch of destroyers there. I think we could, let's just ignore the demands to stop. Maybe we could make it through. Like, what? Like, what? What? Like, why are you doing that? Like, obviously, they're going to be able to stop you.
Into the ship's engineering and steering rooms. Since the blockade went into effect, 134 vessels have been turned around and 7 disabled. Guys?
Jesus. All right. Let's go to all the recent updates from President Trump. Let me go from top down. Okay. Let's go. I hearted everything that was Iran related. First one, I mean, Goldie already showed this to us. Let's see. Marco Rubio here talking about the athletes, I think, from Iran, the IRGC. Okay. So, guys, if you guys don't know, there's a huge debate regarding the soccer players from the Islamic Republic, not from Iran, but from the Islamic Republic. These soccer players do not represent Iran. They have betrayed the Iranian people, right? And they're coming to United States for FIFA. And there's a huge debate regarding their visa, whether they're going to get visas or not. So apparently the soccer players got visa, but their coach or their manager, because they're IRGC affiliated, they did not get a visa. So let's see what Marco Rubio is saying about that.
The Iranian team has chosen to stay in Mexico as opposed to the United States in the beginning of the match. And we have no problem with the athletes, as we stated earlier, or their support staff. But what we're not going to allow is for them to embed in their delegation a bunch of people that we know have nothing to do with athletics and have ties to the IRGC or things of that nature. So we were going to watch that very closely, and we'll continue to watch that very closely. But by and large, I don't anticipate that problem with any other country. The Iranian team.
Yeah. So that was an Iran-related update. Here's another Marco Rubio moment, which is pretty a good moment. Like, look at this. Marco Rubio is so good at this. Let's listen to. Wait, let me see what the question was. Yeah. Okay. So this is also the same about the soccer players.
Nothing from the U.S. has told them they can't come. I mean, the problem with Iran, it would be not their athletes. It would be some of the other people that we want to bring with them, some of whom have ties to the IRGC. We may not be able to let them in, but not the athletes themselves. But I don't know where that's coming from, other than speculation that Iran may decide not to come, and then Italy would fill their spot. But if they decide not to come on their own, it's because they decided not to come. What they can't bring is a bunch of IRGC terrorists into our country and pretend that they're, journalists and athletic trainers. Nothing from.
Okay, pretty good. And then let's see more Iran-related updates from President Trump. This one was not Iran-related. Yep, this is, I think there's some clips over here. Let's go down. Yeah, this one is Iran-related, so let's listen to this. Maybe this was the part that was already covered in the clip. Let me see.
President, what did you say to Prime Minister Netanyahu when you spoke to him?
We had a very good conversation, and he was hit, and he hit back. And I can't blame him for that, but he was hit. He hit back, and now they've called it quits. So they're going to just leave each other alone for another week or something. It's been going on for a long time. You could say about 3,000 years if you really want, but certainly it's been going on for 47 years. But no, he hit back. They were going back and forth, and now they both agreed through me to stop. And we're in the final throes of what will be a very, very good deal that will not allow in any way, shape, or form nuclear weapons, etc. And the Strait will open up right away. It'll open up immediately upon signing, which could be in 2 or 3 days.
2 or 3 days. In 2 or 3 days. That is. So President Trump expects that maybe, I think this is mind games, because I don't see any of this happening in 2 or 3 days, and not anymore, at least with the helicopter going down.
Nuclear weapons, etc. And the Strait will open up right away. It'll open up immediately upon signing, which could be in 2 or 3 days. No, I said do what's right, but I want you to stop as quickly as you can.
Okay, so this is an important clarification. So because the understanding was that the President Trump tried to stop Netanyahu, people were saying that Prime Minister Netanyahu wanted to respond to the Islamic Republic and Hezbollah, and the understanding was that President Trump tried to stop him. Now he's saying is that nope, I told him to do what's right, basically go ahead and respond, but try to finish it quickly. So that means that President Trump was not, based on this statement here, President Trump was not trying to stop Prime Minister Netanyahu, but he just wanted the response to be done and over with really quickly. Do what you need to do. Exactly. That's the key phrase here. Listen to this again. This is a very important clarification.
In the final throes of what will be a very, very good deal that will not allow in any way, shape, or form nuclear weapons, etc. And the strait will open up right away. It'll open up immediately upon signing, which could be in 2 or 3 days. No, I said do what's right, but I want you to stop as quickly as you can, because they have to stop. It's had to do with Lebanon, and it has to stop. We want to get it finished.
Interesting. All right. Also, guys, now that the U.S. has been hit, we'll see. U.S. is going to respond. Okay, so if U.S. is going to respond when their helicopter is taken down, then obviously we expect the same thing from Israel. So, right now nobody is going to come and tell. I mean, nobody, but most sane people are not going to come and tell United States, oh, this is actually a very good learning moment, right? So imagine if now that the Islamic Republic has taken down a U.S. helicopter, if we go to United States and say, oh, we're so close to a deal, do not respond to the Islamic Republic. Let it slide. They took out your helicopter. Nobody died, so given that nobody died, let's let it just go. Obviously, that would be very unreasonable expectation from the United States, right? And nobody would accept that. There needs to be a strong response. So given that we expect the United States to have a strong response for the downing of the helicopter, that should be the same expectation from Israel. Let me see.
And Armin, I don't think that President Trump is going to ignore this or take this lightly, because back in the 1980s, he was speaking about the hostage crisis situation. And, he was saying, like, I would have never allowed Iran to do that. Like, I would have gone in with a team and I would have, finished off the Islamic regime. So I think President Trump's going to take this very personally as well. He's not going to let it slide.
Yes, I hope so. He won't.
Yeah. And so here's the CENTCOM post from 6 hours ago that CENTCOM posted. So they wrote at 7:33 p.m. Eastern on June 8, 2 crew members from a U.S. Army AH-64 Apache were rescued by American forces after their helicopter went down near the coast of Oman while patrolling regional waters. The soldiers were safely rescued within approximately 2 hours and are in stable condition. The cause of the incident is under investigation. Rescue efforts were led by U.S. Naval Forces Central Command and the 82nd Airborne Division, with support from U.S. Air Force and Navy units, including U.S. 5th Fleet's Task Force 59. So President Trump's Truth Social is in response to this post from CENTCOM from 6 hours ago.
Interesting. This is a great update. Thank you for that.
Thank you. All right, back to you.
Okay. Let me see if this clip has any overlap, because this person is trying to clarify with President Trump regarding the 2 or 3 day. You say, like, she's asking President Trump, do you mean 2 or 3 days or 2 or 3 weeks? Because a lot of people are shocked by this 2 or 3 days remark, that we're going to have basically a deal and the Strait of Hormuz is going to be open in 2 or 3 days. So let's see what President Trump is saying.
We are going to issue a report tomorrow, but the pilots are fine. Yeah.
Did you say 2 or 3 days or 2 or 3 weeks?
2 or 3 days.
You'll be signing a peace agreement?
No, we have a good chance of doing it. We should be able to do it in 1 hour. If you want to know the truth.
What's the biggest sticking point right now?
I don't think there are any sticking points. I think we're very close to having a very, very good, strong, powerful deal. If we go and bomb, which we can do very easily if we want, and we spend another 2 or 3 weeks bombing, they'll have nothing left whatsoever. But you won't have the strait open for months. If we do the bombing, you know, a lot of people are going to be killed. Who wants to do that? I don't. And we'll have a signed document that's actually stronger than doing the bombing. What has proven to be a very powerful thing is the blockade. The blockades turned out to be much stronger than bombing. And it was really a combination. It was our initial thrust and then the blockade. But, you know, their economy is really suffering, and they're going to make a deal.
So it's true that the blockade is harming the Islamic Republic more than the bombings. But this video came before the confirmation that the helicopter was taken down by the Islamic Republic, right? I think that's before. So that means that, I mean, President Trump said, like, I don't want to do bombing. I want to just continue with the blockade because it's hurting him a lot. And we're going to get a deal with it pretty soon with the blockade alone. But I think now President Trump's position has changed after this, because obviously you need to respond to the helicopter going down, right, guys? This is before. So I'm pretty sure his position has changed since this video came out. Oh, guys, I see the super chats. We're going to get to the super chats pretty soon, in about 40 minutes. Okay, so thank you for that. We'll read them soon. Let me listen to this again, because this is a very important video. Let's go through this like second by second.
The pilots are fine, yeah.
Sir, did you just say 2 or 3 days or 2 or 3 weeks?
2 or 3 days.
You'll be signing a peace agreement?
No.
No. So Sketch is saying, I don't think it's before. He just said they're safe. No, Sketch. What I meant is before the confirmation that the Islamic Republic was responsible. Okay, so if you look at the updates, we had President Trump saying, okay, so here, about a couple of hours ago, like, let's see, for example, earlier today, a couple of hours ago, we had President Trump saying that the pilots are safe and they're going to investigate what's happening. And then only recently, it was confirmed that the chopper down by the Islamic Republic vows response. So the vow to responding came after it was confirmed that the Islamic Republic was responsible for taking it down. So I'm assuming that this video, let me know if I'm wrong about this. This video was after the news that the helicopter was taken down, but before it was confirmed that the Islamic Republic had shot it down. And because it was before it was confirmed the Islamic Republic has shut it down, President Trump did not vow a response. The vowing of response came after.
So I would say that we actually don't know if President Trump knew or not, because when he gets intelligence, that's very different than when he shares the intelligence he has. So for all we know, President Trump, when he was being interviewed, he could have very well known that the IRGC shot down the Apache plane, but he's waiting for more confirmation, or he's supposed to go meet with his team to speak about it and then come out with an announcement, right? So we can't actually, we don't actually know whether he knows or not. It's just not, and I say that from my own personal political background and experience. Oftentimes we knew of things well in advance, but we didn't say anything because we were waiting for more information or the right opportunity or something. So, I mean, the fact that he's even saying 2 or 3 days, that could very well be that, he knows in his head, maybe he already knows that the helicopter has been attacked by the IRGC. And so for him, 2 or 3 days is 2 or 3 days to the eradication of the regime. So I would say we can't come to that conclusion. We can't actually conclude. We can't know for a fact whether or not President Trump at this moment knew about whether it was the IRGC or not. All we can conclude is that what he's saying now.
So if he already knows here, and he's saying that he doesn't want to do a bombardment. Like, if obviously we can't know for sure, but is that him just basically not like pretending not to know? Because if he does know
I
that the
think
helicopter was,
I think we're getting too much into the hypotheticals, is what I'm trying to say. Like, we're getting too much into a hypothetical. Whether he knows,
I like to do a hypothetical.
yeah, but
I
I'm
think- I
saying,
don't think-
sure, but I'm saying from a political analysis, right? Like, if he knows, all I'm saying is that if he knows, there's a reason that he's not saying anything, because it's probably classified at that point, and they're waiting for more info or intel or whatever. So he's just, continuing with the narrative until he gets more information so he can give a proper response.
Okay. Well, I personally do use a lot of hypotheticals to evaluate what the possibility of each position is. So if I like, that's why I think it's actually useful. And I think that if he knows, then when he says we're not going to do bombardments, that could be part of his mind game. And I think that that's useful to consider, because obviously if he knows that they have taken the Apache helicopters down, the obvious response is kinetic military operations. So let me just play this again.
All I'm saying is we don't know if he knows or doesn't know at this point. That's all I'm saying.
Right. So that's why I'm considering both options, because we don't know. So let's play this one more time.
Sir, did you say 2 or 3 days or 2 or 3 weeks?
2 or 3 days.
You'll be signing a peace agreement?
No, we have a good chance of doing it. We should be able to do it in 1 hour, if you want to know the truth.
What's the biggest sticking point right now?
I don't think there are any sticking points. I think we're very close to having a very, very good, strong, powerful deal. If we go and bomb, which we can do very easily if we want, and we spend another 2 or 3 weeks bombing, they'll have nothing left whatsoever. But you won't have the Strait open for months. If we do the bombing, a lot of people are going to be killed. Who wants to do that? I don't. And we'll have a signed document that's actually stronger.
Oh, okay. So people are saying, yes, Armin, you have the timeline right. Thank you, guys. Thank you for checking. Okay, good. So I got the timeline right. This was before the confirmation.
Going to be killed. Who wants to do that? I don't. And we'll have a signed document that's actually stronger than doing the bombing. What has proven to be a very powerful thing is the blockade. The blockades turned out to be much.
So guys, we told you exactly this on Iran Revolution Live. We told you that the blockade is actually hurting the Islamic Republic even more than the bombardments. We told this many times, and people have a hard time believing that, because when there is bombardments, you see it visually. And people want visual confirmation. Visual confirmation that the Islamic Republic is hurting. They need that. And if you can't see it's hurting, if you cannot see the hurt, people assume that it's not hurting. But we have evidence. We have evidence, especially from inside Iran, that it is hurting them really, really badly. And I'm not saying that we should rely on only the blockade. Obviously, you can't have all three. I mentioned to you guys many, many times that there's 3 weapons that President Trump has against the Islamic Republic: military operation, economic pressure, plus information and psychological warfare. And there's a time for each. There's times that you could use all 3 of them at the same time, but there are also times that it makes sense to use one and stop the other one. And sometimes you go all in with all 3. Sometimes you use one. Sometimes for the psychological warfare to work effectively, you need to put a pause on the kinetic military operation. But there are other times that you could do multiple at the same time.
What has proven to be a very powerful thing is the blockade. The blockades turned out to be much stronger than bombing. And it was really a combination. It was our initial thrust and then the blockade. But, their economy is really suffering, and they're going to make a deal.
So President Trump constantly is repeating that they're going to make a deal. So he's very, at least he seems to be very confident about that. And obviously, just remember, guys, that we are talking, hopefully, about a surrender deal, not a peace deal. Not an Obama deal, but a surrender deal. One thing very strange happened that I think, given that Israel is our ally, and you know, and we need to. I know I'm moving away a little bit from the topic at hand, but I think this is very important. In Colombia, the president just posted something bizarre that shows how much anti-Israeli hate is so big worldwide for a president of a country to even dare come post something like this. Look at this. This is Gustavo Petro, president of Colombia, just posted Heil Hitler on X, on his official account, in response to a candidate, a pro-Israeli candidate. So this is basically the outgoing Colombian president, Gustavo Petro, just posting Heil Hitler on X while attacking a pro-Israel presidential candidate. That's what's happening. This is insane.
What a psycho.
Yeah. This is the current sitting president of a country.
That's wild.
That is crazy. Yeah. I can't even believe that this is this is that this is the president is posting that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, you were going to say something? Sorry.
Yeah, I wanted to go to King Rizab Hanabi's message, but you brought it up, so.
Oh wow! Look at that, Goldie. Like,
there you go.
Connected. We're mentally connected. Wow. Okay, so this is a post by Prince Rizab Hanabi saying the Islamic Republic, in its support for Hezbollah terrorists in Lebanon, has started yet another military conflict and further revealed its anti-Iranian nature. This regime has taken the Iranian nation hostage and views the lives and property of Iranians as mere tools for exporting terror, war, and instability. Let me make sure I repost this. In this conflict, as always, the Islamic Republic is responsible for any damage to Iran's infrastructure. Ooh, guys, look at this. Let me read that one more time. In this conflict, as always, the Islamic Republic is responsible for any damage to Iran's infrastructure, not Israel, not United States, right? And for the lives of innocent civilians on both sides. The Iranian nation, the first and greatest victim of this regime, knows full well that as long as the Islamic Republic remains in power, terror, violence, and instability will continue to loom over Iran, the region, and the world. Peace, security, and sustainable prosperity are only possible with the end of this regime. The solution is not negotiation with the IRGC. Let me read that again. The solution is not negotiation with the IRGC and the terrorist occupiers of Iran. The solution is to stand with the Iranian nation and support its struggle to bring an end to the Islamic Republic. What do you think, Goldie? Especially about this last part.
I mean, I think it's a powerful message. I think it's also really important because it reiterates the message that we've all been saying, that Hezbollah is starting this conflict. Israel has the right to defend itself, and Hezbollah is basically the proxy of the Islamic regime. So I think it's a very powerful, important message, and I'm glad that he put it out.
What would be the best response to somebody who says that if the response is not negotiations, if the solution is not negotiations, then why is the United States negotiating with IRGC? Like, I know that our response is that the deal that President Trump is interested in is a surrender deal, not a deal that would make the Islamic Republic survive. But even for a surrender deal, there is being negotiations that is being done with IRGC. So how would we respond to that?
Well, I mean, he's absolutely correct. I mean, we've always said you can't negotiate with the Islamic regime. If their lips are moving, they're lying. That's what I constantly say in the media when I get interviewed about the IRGC. So that's what it is. And I think given now this most recent attack by the Islamic regime against the United States, while supposedly, negotiation is taking place for a deal, right? And then during these negotiations, the Islamic regime attacks the United States. I mean, it's proof that we're right. His Royal Highness is right. The solution isn't negotiating with them. Like, you can try to negotiate a surrender deal, but as you can see, they're never going to agree to that. The solution is to stand with the Iranian people, and he's basically saying in politically correct terms, the solution is to boom the Islamic regime and exterminate them off the face of the earth. That's pretty much what His Royal Highness is saying.
Okay. All right. So back to the Iranian people, as we should always remember what they're going through. We have more Iranian protest detainees being sentenced to death. So let's go through their name. Ali Reza Peghambari, a 26-year-old protester detained during Iran's nationwide January protest, has been sentenced to death on charges of muharebe, which means enmity against Allah. U.S.-based rights group, human rights activist news agency HRANA said this. So they said Payghambari was arrested by security forces on January 9th during the protest and is being held in Tehran's Greater Prison. The rights group added that his case is under review by Iran's Supreme Court. So just to remember that as we're speaking, the Islamic Republic is handing out more death sentences. So there's that. So let me just read his name one more time. Guys, it's really hard to remember all of these names because there's just so many. But at least we could say his name one more time. Ali Reza Peghambari. His freedom fighter, came out in the streets for a free run, and now 26 years old, and now he's being sentenced to death. Yeah. So more news from inside Iran. We have Ali Khamenei's funeral and his burial has been a very hot topic in Iran. The fact that he's still in the fridge, the fact that he hasn't still been buried, it's a major topic in Iran. It has become a subject of ridicule for the regime. So many memes keeps coming out of it from Iranian people inside Iran. A lot of them have to do with fridges. But yeah, so now we have an update saying over 100 days have passed since the killing of Ali Khamenei, yet contradictions persist regarding the timing of his funeral procession and burial. Ali Reza Nadali, spokesman for the Tehran City Council, said that the permit for free use of the metro and buses, I don't know what these buses are, let me see, and some buses, I can't find it where it was. Okay, and the city buses in the capital has been extended until the end of the first 10 days of Muharram. He cited the reason for this decision as coinciding with the holding of Ali Khamenei's funeral procession. So this is, guys, this is important to look at, because the most important thing that the Iranian people are going to point out is that Mojtaba Khamenei didn't even come out for his father's funeral. So the Islamic Republic has to decide which one is more embarrassing. Still not having Ali Khamenei's funeral, or having Ali Khamenei's funeral and Mojtaba not showing up for the funeral. So these are both extremely embarrassing. So the Islamic Republic has to deal with one, has to choose which one is more damaging. One thing else that we need to pay attention to is who's going to come out for this funeral. How important are going to be, how high, because guys, remember when Larijani died, when the Israelis managed to track down Larijani and kill him, he came out for some street protests from his hole. And then when he went back to his hole, they managed to track him back to where he was hiding, and they killed him. So now I think the Israelis are going to pay a lot of attention to who's going to show up and who's not going to show up, to try to track down every single attendee that is important back to their holes to kill them wherever they are, if they already don't know where they are. Lastly, this might be a sign by the Islamic Republic that they think that the boom booms are over. That I mean, this was before, obviously, this was before the helicopter went down. So maybe they felt like maybe the Islamic Republic was feeling safe that, okay, the worst is behind us. We're not going to have, the Americans are not interested in attacking us anymore. So we could have the funeral, which, if true, might also confirm that the Americans are being very successful in laying a trap for the Islamic Republic, right? What if they were going with the funeral? It shows a lot of confidence among the Islamic Republic that there's not going to be boom booms anymore. There's not going to be kinetic military operations anymore. This might be a really advanced psychological trap by the Americans and the Islamic Republic. One reason why a lot of people might be upset with President Trump right now is because President Trump is doing more than the first two times to convince the Islamic Republic, this time we're not playing good cop, bad cop. There's actual tension between me and Netanyahu. I genuinely want to get out. Maybe President Trump is just doing a very advanced version, like advanced mind game, trying to convince the Islamic Republic that he's not interested in kinetic military operations anymore, and he's trying to find a way to go out. Because the reason why this has to be more convincing is because this has been already played against the Islamic Republic twice. One for Operation Midnight Hammer, and the Islamic Republic fell for it. The second time for killing Khamenei, the Islamic Republic fell for it. Ali Khamenei left his hole, and that's why they managed to kill him, because Ali Khamenei fell into this trap, this very advanced trap by the Americans. Really, Americans went above and beyond to try to convince the Islamic Republic that the United States is not interested in bombardments and they're looking for a deal. And that's why Ali Khamenei is dead, because they fell for it. So it's very hard to believe that the Islamic Republic will fall for this a third time, unless the President Trump becomes so convincing that he's not interested in bombardment, unless President Trump becomes so convincing that he's fighting with Netanyahu as so much that even so many of us get convinced by it. Like only if you're playing it that convincingly, you have a chance for the Islamic Republic to fall for it third time. Right? So you guys understand what I'm saying? Maybe one reason why so many people are being frustrated with President Trump is because President Trump is doing a good job making it extra convincing, because you have to do so much more than before the first two times for the Islamic Republic to fall for this third time. Let me know if that makes sense. And this whole idea of like, okay, let's hold a funeral might mean that the Islamic Republic is falling for it, and they're going to fall for it a third time. Yeah. So let's see. Added that the resolution has been approved by the Tehran City Council. Meanwhile, the commemoration of Ali Khamenei's headquarters announced in its number 2 statement that the farewell funeral procession and burial ceremonies for Ali Khamenei will be held after the first 10 days of Muharram and following the completion of final coordination by the responsible agencies. Okay, so they're giving us contradictory statements, and the whole title is Contradictory Statements from the Islamic Republic for when the date is going to be. But basically, based on all of this, it seems like it's going to be pretty soon. Pretty soon, unless something happens. We'll see. Another reminder, Goldie was mentioning this clip. So let's play it again one more time, because I think it's pretty, only stupid countries don't shoot back when they're shot at. Now that the helicopter has been taken down, American helicopter has been taken down by the Islamic Republic. Let's listen to this one more time.
If you fired a U.S. Navy ship, what are we supposed to do? Say, oh, there's a ceasefire. We're not going to shoot down your drone. That's a stupid question. That's a stupid position to take. Of course we fired back at them. They were shooting at us. That's what I would expect to do. Only stupid countries don't shoot back when you're shot at. And we're not a stupid country.
And we're not a stupid country. So, based on this standard, guys, expect a lot of boom booms coming our way. let's get some updates from inside Iran. Oh, actually, let me make sure I have this other thing ready. This was good. Oh, yes, this was important as well. Thank you, Ali, for sending this to me. Yes, so Trump also... Yeah. Okay, let me play this. From Trump.
Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. And it's as simple as that. They cannot have. The destruction is so powerful. They cannot have a nuclear weapon. And Lindsay has been fighting with me all the way for that. We've been a very tough team, and I think we are winning that battle. But you're really going to win it over the next 2 weeks when we declare total victory. It'll be a total victory. It'll happen very soon. And oil prices will come tumbling down.
So total victory within the next 2 weeks. Total victory within the next 2 weeks. So we'll see. So President Trump has confirmed that we already had victory against the Islamic Republic, but not total victory. So a lot of the America's goals have already been achieved in the fight against the Islamic Republic. That's the language President Trump used before. But in this new language, he's saying like not victory, but total victory. He also clarified earlier that we had victory, but not total victory. So now he's saying we will have total victory within the next 2 weeks. So I don't know what's about to happen within the next 2 weeks, but that's a good thing to keep an eye at. Let me see what we have here. This is from State TV within the Islamic Republic. So this guy is saying killing Americans and Israel forces take no effort. A commentator on Iranian state television said, as Israel carried out fresh strikes on Iran and nuclear negotiations with the United States remained fragile. Ali Reza Dawoodi claimed that the Islamic Republic had shown resilience, I think, only at the request of regional restraint. Sorry, so Ali Reza Dawoodi claimed that the Islamic Republic had shown restraint only at the request of regional countries. Okay, sure, buddy, sure. Wait, this is so insulting to the supreme leader. So let me read this. And alleged that during the war with the US and Israel, over 2,000 Israeli and at least 1,000 Americans have been killed. What? When? Okay, so this is on state TV. This is saying that they've already killed 1,000 Americans and 2,000 Israelis during this war. When did that happen? Guys, did I miss that? I've been following the news pretty much every day. Guys, what the hell? When did that happen? This is like some extra level of coping. Are you kidding me? Just make Zart, exactly. I'm saying Zart. You guys know the responses. Okay, well, okay, sure, buddy. I guess if you say so. During the war with the US and Israel, over 2,000 Israelis and at least 1,000 Americans had been killed, with thousands more wounded. Like, okay, and Israeli and American government apparently are hiding this information, and obviously, and they're keeping their families and their loved ones and everyone silent in Israel and America, apparently. Saying official US and Israeli figures put America's death at 15 soldiers. American deaths at 15 soldiers and Israeli soldiers at 61. What is 61 to 32 soldiers? Why is there two numbers here? One contractor and 28 civilians. Oh, sorry. No, I get it. And Israeli deaths the total Israeli deaths are 61. 32 of them are soldiers. One of them is a contractor, and 28 of them are civilians. Since the conflict began. Okay, so we have 15 Americans and 61 Israelis. And then, where is this? This guy is saying 2,000 Israelis and 1,000 Americans have died. But I'm interested more in the first part. This part. This is actually pretty offensive to the supreme leader. Because you're saying they came and killed your supreme leader. And you could have done so much more than what you did, but you didn't because of the regional countries requested this. regional countries requested it. So after they killed the supreme leader, you could have done more, but you regional countries have this much influence over you. That is embarrassing. Let me actually watch this and see if there's anything that I missed.
اسرائیلی ها بالای 2000 تا کشته دادن. اسرائیلی ها بالای 5000 دادن.
Yeah.
What is this?
He's saying they killed more than 2,000 Israelis and 1,000
Say that
Americans.
with a straight face. What's wrong with these people?
Yeah, it's crazy. Listen to this again.
اسرائیلی ها بالای 2000 تا کشته دادن. اسرائیلی ها بالای 5000 تا زخمی دادن. امریکایی ها بالای 7000 تا زخمی دادن. در طول جنگ
7000
در طول جنگ 40 روزه بالای حداقل 1000 تا کشته دادن. برای ما کشته گرفتن از امریکایی ها و اسرائیلی ها هیچ کاری نداره.
Oh my God, he's saying it's so easy for us to kill Americans and Israelis. Like it's like drinking water. That's how easy it is for us to kill Americans and Israelis.
اما خویشتن‌داری کردیم برای اینکه نخواستیم منطقه اون هم باز به احترام کشورهای منطقه که از ما خواهش
چه احترامی؟ They've been bombing them this entire time. What ihtiram is he talking about?
He's saying, guys, it's like he's like, we have so much respect. Guys, we could have killed so many more Americans and Israelis. It's so easy. It's like, oh my God, it's so easy. But we have so much respect for the countries in the region. So when they ask us, like, please don't just, please, this powerful Islamic Republic, please, show mercy, kill a bit less. And we're like, oh my, okay. We have so much respect for these countries that we're like, okay, we will only kill 2,000 Israelis and we will only kill 1,000 Americans. Obviously, we could go and kill tens and thousands of them, but because they asked us, we didn't do it. Which is like, okay, what? You bombed all the countries in the region, like every single one of them. I mean, and like the southern ones at least. And if they're asking you to stop killing Americans and Israelis, wouldn't that make them Zionist and Western imperialists in your perspective? So why would you respect? I mean, this doesn't even make sense from your ideology. Why would you respect countries that are trying to defend Israelis? Wouldn't that make them your enemy if they are trying to save Israelis? And like, but we have so much respect from these countries that we just bombed that we were like, okay, we will only kill 3,000 of them and no more. Sure, buddy. Sure. Let's watch this again.
رام کشورهای منطقه که از ما خواهش کردند، درخواست کردند، هم عالمانه و هم عاجزانه که ما
Wow, he's saying the countries in the region, both rationally and desperately, they were begging us. They're like, we just had our finger on the button and we could just press it, and just like that, poof, Israelis and Americans would die. And they came big. They were on their knees. The countries are like, no, please show mercy. And we're like, sure. Out of respect for you, we'll just kill less of them.
و هم عاجزانه که ما بالاخره اوضاع رو کنترل و آرام کنیم. اسرائیلی ها
This is insane. You know what? This is the level of insanity that even some pro-religious people can't take. Guys, I've seen some pro-regime people are like, this is why we can't have nice things, because you are retarded. Like, I've seen some pro-regime people like, this is why we're rich, because we have some crap takes. Unbelievable. Okay. Just a few more updates before we go to the Q&A section.
I have an update as well.
Ooh, okay. Let's see yours first.
Okay, sure. So we just got news, like it was, not just, but it was reported like a few hours ago that its allocation of World Cup tickets for national team supporters has been withdrawn days before the start of the tournament. Iran, the Islamic Regime Football Federation, accused the U.S. of obstructing the presence of Iranian fans at the stadiums hosting Iran's 3 group stage matches. So A lot of Iranians are celebrating and happy. And I reposted that and I just added my commentary. I said, this is great news. We Iranians already have enough to deal with from the Muslim Nazi occupation. The last thing we need are a bunch of Pakistanis, Palestinians, Muslim Africans, and Shia Arabs pretending they're Iranian and cheering on the Islamic regime at FIFA. And then there's a lovely picture of some Pakistanis with the Islamic regime flag, because that's pretty much exactly what happened in Qatar. During the FIFA World Cup match in Qatar, the Islamic regime brought a whole bunch of non-Iranians to pretend like they're Iranian and support the Islamic regime. They even hired models. They hired models from like Russia and Venezuela to show up and cheer on the Islamic regime. So this is a great move. I don't know if this was the United States or FIFA, but I love this. I'm very happy with this move. So that was just my quick update on the FIFA situation.
Wow. That's great. I didn't know that. Thank you for telling us about that. Okay, so let me actually see. This is okay. Can I play this Mark Levin video while I go for a bio break? I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I think. Okay,
Mark Levin is fantastic.
Yes. Okay, I'll be right back.
Welcome back, America. We're here with our.
There's no audio from my end, but here now I fixed it.
Welcome back, America. We're here with our friend Mark Thiessen, Fox News contributor, outstanding columnist, The Washington Post. You really are, Mark. Let me ask you this, Mark.
Thank you.
We've done everything we can thanks to this commander-in-chief, thanks to this president, thanks to his courage, thanks to the strength of our military to bring us to the point where the Iranian regime is on its back. Now, it's been on its back for 8 or 9 weeks. The first 2 weeks, first 3 weeks, whatever it was of our military operation, that's been spectacular, absolutely spectacular. So let me ask you this. We're into the 9th week of a 2-week ceasefire and that sort of thing. They keep firing missiles, their Hezbollah does, and so forth and so on. So my question to you is, where are we going right now, and how much longer can this go on?
Well, so before we talk about where we're going, let's talk just for a second about where we've been and how far we've come. Because as you said, the decision to launch Operation Midnight Hammer and Operation Epic Fury is one of the most courageous decisions any president has made in my lifetime. Midnight Hammer buried the Iranian nuclear program so deep in the ground that the Iranians have told us they can't get it. We have to come in and get it if there's going to be a deal. The centrifuges have been rendered inoperable. The conversion facility has been destroyed. Their nuclear program is set back decades. All right. Then Operation Epic Fury, 13,500 strikes, plus 8,000 Israeli strikes, destroyed 82% of their defense industrial base, sunk their entire navy, grounded their entire air force, decimated their ballistic missile, both their fleet and their production. These are decisions no other president would have made, and no president after will make to repeat, which is why it's so important that we do not lose the gains that Donald Trump has made. And my big concern with the deal is that the Iranians are down, but they're not out. They're on their backs, as you say, but they could get up. And we should not give them a hand to help them up by giving them a dime as part of any deal, right? I forgot the blockade, which is absolutely crushing their economy. So they're economically crushed, they're militarily crushed, but they are not giving up because, as you pointed out, they're like the Nazis. They're no moderate Nazis. They're no moderate Islamic radicals in Iran. They want to survive. They want a nuclear weapon because they want to use it. And so they're going to keep going. And so if we negotiate a deal with the Iranians in which they give us the nuclear dust, which quite frankly, it would be nice to have, but we don't need it because it's so buried that they can't get to it, in exchange for what? In exchange for frozen assets? In exchange for sanctions relief? I'm hearing talk about some international fund of $300 billion for the reconstruction of Iran. We should not give Iran a penny. A deal is not worth a single penny to the Iranian regime. And so, and also no wink and a nod to the Qataris to give them money. No wink and a nod to other Arab states to give them money. No money for the Iranian regime. We should not lift them up off the mat. And that's what they're trying to do right now. They're trying to get us to negotiate a deal where they don't have to give up the things that Trump is asking, but they do get money, and they want money up front. They want money from the Qataris. They want money from other people because they are trying desperately to survive. And we should not help them survive in any way, shape, or form.
You know, you and I agree. And
so I really like that he says, like, even if they want to give the enriched uranium, I like this position that is still not worth giving them any money in the form of, you know, cash or sanction relief, like nothing. So I like this very aggressive position. And I think Mark Levin brought this guy to amplify that message for a reason.
Others agree on the spectacular nature of our military achievements here. And that's why we're particularly concerned that we follow through with them. But my question is, how much longer can these negotiations go on? They're getting more belligerent. They're seeing that Hamas has a free hand in many respects.
Yep.
I'm just getting concerned about this. What is your take on that?
Well, I would have not done the ceasefire to begin with, because we were about 10 to 14 days away from finishing off the entire target list. So, you know, I said we destroyed 82% of their defense industrial base. I'd prefer it to be 100, and we were on track for it to be 100. I'd prefer to finish the job. Now, Donald Trump, if he had done the ceasefire, started the blockade, sailed the ships through to do that, rearmed the way he did using the time, we now have double the combat power in the region that we did at the start of the war. And so if he had then turned around and used that right away to finish the job, we'd be in a much stronger position in terms of negotiations right now. What the Iranians think now, whether they're right or not, the Iranians think that they have taken control of the Strait of Hormuz and used it as leverage to force Donald Trump to stop the war. And so they think they have cards. And so that means the negotiations aren't going to go anywhere to an acceptable, what Donald Trump would consider acceptable deal. So that's what the danger of where we are now is.
All right, let's dig into this a little bit more when we were.
Who's this guy? Oh, this Mark Thiessen. Okay, I liked him. I like his positions. He's pretty cool. I like that. Okay, cool. Anyways, so those are. Oh, one more update. Sorry. Promise after this we're gonna go to the Q&A. But just I think this is important because guys, be very, very afraid. Ghalibaf has come with a threat. He's saying Ghalibaf warns Iran could shift from diplomacy to other languages. Oh no, guys. God, you made Ghalibaf angry. They're going to stop doing diplomacy now. Okay. Okay. Wow. Threatening us with a good time. So let me actually hear. Wow, guys, look what you did. Look what you did. You made Ghalibaf angry. Are you happy? They're gonna stop doing diplomacy. Now we're screwed. This is bad. I'm afraid. Are you guys afraid? Oh no. Look at this. Iran's parliament speaker Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf said Iran preferred diplomacy. Now, guys, the gloves are off. Oh no, what are we gonna do now? Please don't get angry, Islamic Republic. Don't get angry. We're sorry. Okay, well, calm down. Okay, it's gonna be okay. So Iran preferred diplomacy, but suggested it could turn to a more forceful response. Oh no, if commitments were broken. In a message apparently directed at the United States, saying, this is the quote, "We prefer the language of diplomacy, but we speak other languages far more fluently." Oh my God. Guys, look at me. Oh no. Oh, Americans, are you okay? Americans, this is so scary. Ghalibaf wrote on X. He's like, break your commitments and we'll switch to what we speak best. You ride the horse you saddle. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Texas trip saying, don't threaten me with a good time, carpet weaver. Perfect response. Okay, that's good. I like that. All right, bring it. Yes, guys, bring it. Good job. Good responses. Okay. All right, let's go to. Oh no!
What happened?
Oh no! Back to discrimination. Where's my victimhood card? I'm being oppressed again.
I don't know why it happened.
Oh no! Oh wow! Oh Goldie, you're sounding suspicious today. That was
I don't know why. I literally don't know why it happens. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Okay, sure. Guys, save free hashtag free Armin. Armin is being oppressed by Goldie. This is I'm being silenced and censored and oppressed and
gosh.
victimized and all the buzzwords. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my! I'm literally gonna make a victim card and show it every time this happens.
Oh
to
my
me.
gosh. You should.
Right. Yeah. Ash, look at this. We're starting a movement. Free Armin. Free Armin. Free Armin. There you go.
Oh my gosh. You guys are
Okay.
hilarious.
Oh my god. Okay. All right, guys. Don't worry. We will always recover. I know Goldie's cruelty is hard to accept, but we will come back stronger than ever before. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. All right, guys. Okay. Let me go. These. Sorry, joking.
All
right.
good.
Okay. All right. Push-ups. Thank you so much for the super chat saying, I need help on something. Okay, we're here to help. We'll see what we can do. Saying, in his book, Amir Tahiri quotes Khomeini as saying, Iran can burn so long as Islam advances. He gives citations, but they are disputed. Can either of you Farsi speakers help? Well, I don't know about that exact quote, but he said something that is recorded that is basically the same message. So I haven't heard that exact specific quote, but he has had multiple quotes that we have had on video and audio recording. For example, he said that Ojab al-Wajibat is the advancement of Islam, meaning that it's the highest of all priorities. That meaning that everything else, including Iran, and not even just Iran, but the life of the Mahdi, can be sacrificed for the sake of advancing Islam. He also has said, Goldie has already played this video of Khomeini multiple times, that he's against nationalism, and not just against nationalism, nationhood as a concept. So he's against the idea of Iran as a concept. Like the idea of a nation state is something that Khomeini was against as a Western concept. So he's against nationalism. He was against patriotism. He was against Iran as a concept even existing, because nation states are Western ideals. He famously said that we don't need patriots, we need Muslims. He famously said he's against the nation as a nationhood, even as an idea. And he also has said that, even the life of a Mahdi can be sacrificed for the sake of advancing Islam. So that quote, whether he said it or not, is basically has already been said in many different other ways by Khomeini. Does that make sense? And somebody say, am I blocked? No, you're not blocked. I see your comment. Also, don't take Amir Tahiri. Hold on. Don't take Amir Tahiri very seriously. Amir Tahiri is an enemy of Prince Reza Pahlavi. He's one of the fake monarchists, and Prince Reza Pahlavi has publicly called these people out. So Amir Tahiri is against us, against our movement. Yeah. He's fake monarchist.
So Armin, the way I like to describe him is like, he may have been useful in the past, but the guy is so old. He's pretty much like his best buy date has expired, right? So he's gone beyond his expiry date, and that's why he's like all crazy now. So no one takes that guy seriously anymore. But like Armin was saying, yeah, he's not like someone that we in this day look at in a way that like is like, we just he's past his best before date. Let's put it that way. The guy just needs to retire and stop spouting nonsense.
So Goldie, I'll let you know about something. Years ago, I spoke against Amir Tahiri, and I told people on my Persian channel, and so many people attacked me because of this. I said that Amir Tahiri, really? Okay. I said Amir Tahiri is against democracy, okay, which goes against what Prince Reza Pahlavi stands for. And he supported IRGC even back in the day. He had said positive things about IRGC. so even back then, I was like, what the hell? This guy doesn't stand for anything that Prince Reza Pahlavi stands for. And now so many people on the Persian channel come to me. I'm like, Armin, sorry, you were right.
Yeah.
We did. Yeah. About
I called him out a couple years ago as well, and I got like so many attacks.
Really?
And, like, oh yeah, people on X were like blocking me, and they were like, "How dare you like call out like such a
Really?
respected figure?" And I was like, "I don't care. I'm gonna call out yes when I see it." So there you go.
That's great.
And as you know, Goldie's always right. So yeah,
Goldie's always right.
you were right,
Yes.
but
On
you were
that-
right as well in that case as well.
Yes. It's an unbreakable rule within the fabric of the universe, guys, that Goldie is always right. Okay. Okay. It was there before the Big Bang.
You know what? I think what I did,
Good job.
I can't remember what it was. I think like he posted some like idiotic like article or something on X, and I think I just quote tweeted him, and I was like "Hak to Sadet" or something.
Wow. Oh my God.
Let me see if I can find
Oh
it.
my God.
Anyways,
Okay,
I can continue
good
to the next
job.
super chat. I'll see if I can find it though.
Okay.
Oh yeah, here I
Okay, and
found it.
we
Look,
got-
I found it. Look at this. I got so much hate for this.
You should bring it back.
So
Oh my God, good
he wrote
job.
about like گردهمایی I don't know something جمهوری خواهان ایرانی سیمای جمهوری خواهان ایرانی. So he wrote like some article about like the Republicans or whatever. So he was like, and then I was just like "Hak to Sadet."
Wow.
I had so much hate for this, but now they're all like, "Oh wait, Goldie was right."
You were right. Yeah, Goldie was right. Guys, this requires a lot of deep understanding of how, because many people didn't know what problematic person this is.
I need to block this guy.
Good. Okay.
Hak to Sadet Bisharaf. I need to block you. Oh, be off that. There we go.
Oh my God. Good
There we
job.
go.
Amazing.
I'm glad. I'm so happy that like even like before we started Iran Revolution Live, we were still vibing and we had like the same instincts about people. So there you go.
Wow. Yeah, that's true. That's great. So I think Goldie, I don't know, we probably know this, but we call them Mashruta Khahan Panjo Hafti. That's
Yeah.
the label we have for them. Yeah, okay. Okay, so T. Thompson, thank you so much for the super chat saying, I would like to. Oh,
Sorry.
oh. Being censored, oppression.
I'm sorry. I got
censorship.
rid of it. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. That's okay. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. T. Thompson is saying, I would like to thank both of you for your personal courage and commitment to exposing the lies and cruelty of the Islamic regime. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I mean, honestly, it doesn't take that much courage compared to the people in Iran. Right? So, I mean, we try our best though. But yeah, I mean,
Thank
Goldie
you.
has being hunted down, and so it does take a lot of courage actually. But we compare ourselves to the people in Iran, and that's what gives us motivation. And thank you so much for the support.
Armin, you have a lot of courage too, because it's tough, right? It's not easy to be constantly speaking out against the regime, and a lot of times it can seem like an uphill battle, but it takes a lot of courage to wake up every day and just do what you do as well. So you're very courageous, and you inspire a lot of people.
I appreciate that. I moved 3 times. I changed addresses 3 times. Oh my God. I don't go out much.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I'm trying to achieve your status. Goldie, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get a fatwa. That would be the ultimate achievement. And
Oh my God.
me. That would be a dream come true.
No, fatwas are terrible because that stays with you for life.
Yeah, it would be a badge of honor.
Oh my gosh.
I will if I get an official fatwa against me, I would frame it and put it behind me all the time. I would frame it. Like, what do I gotta do to get a fatwa? Come on, somebody. Yes. All right. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Fleshy interloper saying, I expect weak response the minimum? Oh, you're talking about the helicopter takedown? You expect a weak response? Well, that would be disappointing if true. Hopefully, you're wrong. Flesh interloper. I don't know if you're right. Your prediction is true or not, but I'm hoping that that's not the case. But I mean, you know what? If we expect a weak response, then we could be positively, surprised. We get a pleasant surprise. So there's that. Ooh, I'm getting some posts. Let me see. Okay. Ooh, guys, I have an interview later today, and I just got the link to join it. It's where Goldie has already been there. Let me see, what was their name? Yeah. So I'm
Fun.
this is thanks to Goldie for recommending me, by the way. Paramount Tactical.
Nice. Yeah, I think I did a live stream with them a while ago. So yeah, I think I mentioned to
And
them
you're-
that they should reach out to you. Yeah, pretty much everywhere I go, I always say like you should also get Armin. So
Yeah. And they listen to you. Thank you, Goldie. Okay. Let me okay. Oh, look at this. They just posted about this. Oh my god, they posted about it. Let me just show you guys. There you go. Okay, tonight. Oh, I don't follow him. Oh no. Guys, shh, don't tell them that I didn't follow them. Look at this. Tonight, Iranian ex-Muslim Zionist. Ooh, they're calling me a Zionist. Iranian ex-Muslim Zionist exposes the truth about Iran, Israel, and radical Islam. Wow. They're making me sound cooler than I am. Well, thank you. That's pretty cool. All right, let me actually, guys, I'll give you the link to this if you guys want to check it out. You could go retweet this as well if you wanted to. So yeah, put the link to this post in the chat. Look at this thing. Armin has spent decades standing against the Islamic Republic of Iran and defending the people fighting for freedom under religious authoritarian rule. This is going to be fire. Wow. Oh my god. Okay, guys. I hope I don't disappoint. This is pretty... Oh my god. All right. So they just sent me that. Please log in 10 minutes before. Okay, I will. So there you go, guys. If you want to catch that live, I put the link in the chat. I just got it right now. All right, let's go to the next super chat by Alexia. Hi, Alexia. Saying the police in this country threatened me with 3-year jail time for wearing Lion and Sun hoodie today. What? That's in South Africa? Also, I will defy Javid Shah Payande Iran. Are you sure? What the hell? Is it illegal to... That's South Africa, right? That's South African currency. Yes, that is South Africa's currency. I'm like, holy crap, that doesn't make what the hell? Okay. Well, be careful. The police, the Lion and Sun flag, it gets you threatened by the police in South Africa? That is crazy. That is insane.
yeah, that's because South Africa is aligned with the Islamic regime.
Right. Yeah, and the Palestinian cause. Well, thank you for the update, Alexia. Stay safe. Be careful. And Sherry, thank you so much for the super chat saying, Roya, I got you. Ghalibaf responded to Trump. Wait, Roya, I got you. Ghalibaf responded to Trump. Goldie? What's Roya?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe she's responding to something.
Somebody said something and Sherry used the super chat. I think Roya said something and Sherry is using the super chat to send her message to us. Ghalibaf responded to Trump. Okay. Well, thank you, Sherry. Yes, that was a response to Trump. Okay. Thank you for the context. And thank you for looking after the people in the chat. I think I understood.
Also, Armin, just a quick thing. I'm still trying to get you on Pierce.
Wow.
I told them that I refuse to go on a panel with Chunky Yogurt or Anna at this point. But if they want an Iranian, that they should have you, because you'll, if
Thank
Pierce Morgan wants like, a back to back or like, a lot of angry
Yes.
yelling and stuff, then they should put you up against Chunky Yogurt. Then you can call out Chunky Yogurt.
Well, thank you, Goldie.
I was like, I'm not
appreciate
into
that.
the yelling and stuff, but Armin is. So there you
Well,
go. Let's see if we can get you on Pierce Morgan.
Yeah, but okay, if that ever happens, I need to talk to you for what you think the best strategy is, because I don't know if I
No,
want to
best
go there.
strategy. Why not? Go yell at him. Go call him out. Just do the same thing that he does to other people. You can just do to him.
Would that be actually an effective strategy on Pierce Morgan?
I have no idea. It depends on what you want to accomplish on Pierce Morgan. I mean,
Okay,
your strategy would probably be different from mine. Well, we're not even there yet. I'm still trying to get you on. But if and when it happens, we can talk about it. But I mean, I think you just calling out Chunky Yogurt would be phenomenal. Like, just interrupt him whenever he speaks.
Because I will just speak the way I feel. So if I don't feel like yelling, I won't yell, and I feel like yelling, I will yell. So I think
I know that I'm saying that you would just you would be responding to him.
Yes, I will. Yeah, okay. But thank you, Goldie. That's very kind of you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Thank you. I won't let you down.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh my God, Goldie, if that happens, I will owe you for life, by the way.
That's like the 5th time you owe me for life. So that's like every other lifetime. So
well, now 5 lifetimes then.
Yeah.
There you go. I could yeah, I'll make it up. Okay, so we're channel 0071. Okay, so not 007, but 0071, saying, who here is scared of Islamists taking over UK and France because they have nukes? Why is not on people's minds? So here's the thing. I think you, even before taking over, you should be, I think a lot of people are on, the problem is that a lot of people are afraid of Muslims are only afraid of Muslims taking over UK and France. And they don't understand that we are in a crappy situation far before we even get there, right? So by telling people like, oh my God, Islamists are taking over UK and France, we're making it seem like the current situation is not that big of a deal. I think if you look at, even if they take 5% of your politics, 6% of your politics, 8% of your politics, is already devastating, and it destroys the foundation of what your country stands for. So we need to raise the alarm of something that will happen, that is already happening in UK and France, way before we even get to that point. Because the Muslim population in the UK vote as a voting bloc, and they vote together, and they are a lot more politically active, and their influence on your politics would be catastrophic even before you get to a full takeover. So that you need to demonstrate, you need to talk about that, because if you just talk about only an Islamic takeover, a lot of people are not going to take it seriously because they feel like it's not going to happen. But if you could demonstrate to people how with only 6% of the population, for example, in the UK, they have already had so much influence on your politics, to the point where your prime minister is more worried about the Muslim vote in the UK than President Trump's opinion, the United Kingdom's #1 ally and security guarantor of the United Kingdom. Your prime minister cares less about that than the Muslim bloc. That shows that we're already there. The fact that in the UK, the inbreeding is still a debate, and you have members of parliament for the sake of Islam are coming out and defending inbreeding and basically lowering the IQ and the health costs, and so many, like, this is already destroying the foundations of your country bit by bit. So we're already there. Don't warn people about something that could happen warn people about something that is already happening as we're speaking, because that sounds far away to people while their country is already being destroyed right now, not something in the future, right now. So, but thank you for your question. And then we have another super chat by Anjet Anderson saying, Javid Shah, Durud everyone. My kid gets hell salutes on the school bus because we're Jewish. How? Oh my God. Like like Nazi salutes? They discipline, but it's a larger problem of kids using TikTok. Oh my God. Where are you? Oh my God. This is why we need Zionism. Holy crap, man. Goldie, they're bringing the Nazi salute back in schools to Jewish in response to Jewish kids. Like this is like what the crap moment, guys. Holy crap, man. Oh my, is it possible to move to Israel? I know it's harder. You know, guys, sometimes I realize how when I say if it was me, I moved to Israel, I could just hear the people responding to me like, Armin, like, are you kidding me? It's not that easy. Like when you have a family, you have roots, you have jobs, you have deep connection, you have years of networking with people around you. You cannot just like abandon everything and leave. So I know how moving is difficult. I know how moving to Israel is very difficult, but yeah, parallel, you guys, this we've been here before, and seems like it's getting worse and worse. I know it's difficult, but I just want to say, like, Israel, guys, moving to Israel, keep that in mind. As difficult as that might be, things might get worse, right? Like that, things might get really, really bad like that. I mean, you might get to a position where you might think, like, yeah, it was difficult to move, but we should have done it earlier. And again, one thing else I want to remind everybody, all the Jews watching, is that I have yet to meet a single Jew that moved to Israel and regretted it. So if this is not a sign that moving to Israel should be considered even more, I don't know what else could show you that. Sorry, man. So sorry for dealing with that, for you having to deal with that. That's insane. I mean, I can't even imagine being a parent and having my kids having to dealing with this yourself is so much easier than knowing that your kids are dealing with this. Like, I can't even imagine how you have to deal with that. Like, facing this level of hatred by your society individually, as a person, like by yourself, like that is like you could be like, you know what, I'm strong, I could deal with it. But watching your kids having to go through that is like it breaks you. I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. It's so unfair. Adki, thank you so much for the super chat, saying, as outrageous as these stabbings and beheadings in the UK, as outrageous are, I think there's an R missing here, it's mad to think that this is only a fraction of what Iranians have to deal with for 47 years. Well, I mean, to be fair, the Jews had to deal with this for 2,000 years. So there's that. But we're not, I mean, this is why the Iranians and Israelis understand each other. I think a lot of Israelis, when they look at what the Iranians are dealing with, a lot of what the Iranians are dealing with is written in ancient Israeli, like Jewish stories. Like it's part of the DNA of the stories and legends and the religion and the tradition of Jews to respond to this level of hardship. So I think when Israelis see what's happening in Iran and they see the experience that the Iranian people are having and their fight against their oppression, what they see in their mind is all of their stories and all of the history, like thousands of years of oppression of Jews and everything they had to do to fight back against that. And they see an image of that, a mirror image of that in the struggle of the Iranian people against their oppressors. And that's why I think it's a lot easier for Israelis to relate with what Iranian people, other than the fact that we share similar values, other than the fact that we share the same enemy, other than the fact that we have mutually aligned goals. I think it's not just our future and our present that makes Israelis and Iranians relate and resonate with each other. I think it's also the past. I think the Israelis' memory, the collective memories of Israelis, and them dealing with all of that is another reason why when they see the Iranian people suffering, they understand it and they resonate with it, and they see the struggle that the Iranian people are dealing with, something that they have already overcome, and they want the Iranian people to overcome it as well. That's why they're cheering them, and that's why they're supporting the Iranian people, among many other reasons. And thank you, Atki, by the way. And then we have Sketch Art Therapy. Sketch, our very own Sketch. Thank you so much for the super chat again, saying they pretend they execute USA and Israelis, maybe. No, so that reference, that guy was basically talking about the battlefield. Like they're saying in the battlefield. If it was executions, they would show, like they have official numbers for their executions. So I don't think he's referring to the executions. He's trying to just say that that's happening in the battlefield, and who's going to go verify this? Like who's because that's more difficult for the pro-regime people to verify, right? But when it comes to the executions, the government has official numbers, so he can't just go against the numbers that they officially are reporting. And then we have Taka Janice. Thank you so much for the super chat, saying instead of Mushali, he should be called Frijali. Oh my god, that's great. That's a great idea. Frijali. Okay. Or Ice Cube Ali. How do you say that in Farsi? Yakhali. Yakhali. So fridge would be Yakhchal, and Ice Cube would be Yakh, just Yakh. Yes. So Yakhali. Yakhali would be good. But I think Fridge Ali is good as well. Yakhali. Ali Yahi. Ali Yahi. Ali Yahi. Or Yakhali. Yakhali flows better. Yeah, Yakhali. Good one. Good idea. Yakhali. And then we got a PC. Thank you so much for your super chat, saying thanks for all you do, Armin and Goldie. Well, thank you, PC, for always supporting us. You're always here supporting us. So I appreciate that. And then we have another super chat from Sketch again, saying IRGC kills Iranians and pretend victims are CIA and Mossad. Yes, so they are the Iranians who the Islamic Republic kills. They call them Zionist agents, but they don't call them Israelis. So Israeli would be actually Israeli people, but from the Islamic Republic perspective, we have Israeli Zionism, and then we have global Zionism. And for you to be part of the global Zionism movement, you don't need to be Jewish or Israeli. They, for example, would consider every Iranian who is against the regime part of the Zionist agenda, and therefore, Zionist spies and everything. So it's one thing to be labeled as a Zionist spy or an infiltrator, but it's another thing to be called Israeli. So I don't think they will call them Israeli. I don't know if that's answering your question or if I'm missing your point. And then we have Alexia. Thank you so much for the super chat, saying Armin and Goldie, از اینکه برادر و خواهر بزرگتر من هستید متشکرم. Thank you. So
Thank
Alexia,
you. That's so sweet.
That's so sweet. So she goes and figures out how to say these things in Persian and says it in Persian. That's really sweet, saying, Armin and Goldie, thank you so much for being my older brother and sister. And chat, از اینکه برادر و خواهر بزرگترم من هستید متشکرم. Okay, so to the chat as well. So she's thanking the chat for being her brothers and sisters. Thank you, Alexa. Thank you for saying all of that. Appreciate that. So we have Bar Mutzel saying, well, we can speak other languages fluently. Yes, you can. You can speak it more fluently than the Islamic Republic, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, bring it on. Bring it on, Lollipop. Let's see what you got. And then we got Wyatt. Wyatt, thank you so much for the super chat, saying radical Islam is a cult like Marxism or National Socialism. You know, the only thing I know, this is my personal belief. Okay, personal belief. It's not radical Islam, it's Islam. That's the only thing I would adjust. Okay, because if you read the Quran and the Hadith, Islam fundamentally is radical. So there is no radical Islam. It's just Islam. Like all Islam is radical, in my opinion. Saying, can Iran ever be free from terror if there isn't a deprogramming like denazification? So thankfully, most Iranian Muslims are not as bad as Islam. Okay, so this is why I separate Islam and Muslims. We still do need, yes, we do need a deprogramming of pro-regime Iranians. Okay, but Islam is fundamentally, in my opinion, a radical, terroristic, anti-human, anti-peace, anti-everything good religion, fundamentally. But there are many Muslims who I think, on average, Muslims are better than Islam, way better than Islam, because most Muslims are good people because they're bad Muslims, because most Muslims ignore Islamic teachings. I mean, they would disagree with me. They would say that they're good people because many of them think that they're being good people is not contradicting Islam, and I disagree with them. I think them being good people is contradicting Islam. So, for example, in Iran, most Muslims now want a secular government. So, based on their bad experience with the Islamic Republic, most Muslims in Iran want a government that has no religion in it. Even though they're personally Muslim, they're like, yep, no, we had enough. I'll just go pray at home, keep Islam out of politics. So we're fortunate enough that most Muslims basically don't, are living lives and do have views that is not is contradictory to Islam, right? This is why I could be friends with Muslims and like Muslims and work with Muslims in the same, towards the same goal, while at the same time disagreeing with them on what Islam stands for. Because I think there is good Muslims and bad Muslims, but there is no good Islam and bad Islam. In my opinion, all Islam is bad. But there are good Muslims and bad Muslims. And good Muslims are Muslims who don't follow Islam. Does that make sense to you guys? But you're right. We do need a deprogramming, denazification of the Muslims who support the Islamic Republic, at least that. Somebody saying, I don't know what world Armin is living on. Javid, every time you say that, every time you disagree with me on that, I have an easy answer for you, and it basically disarms you, and you have no response to that. Every time you say that, I remind you that Muhammad Reza Shah was Muslim, and he was the best. He served Iran more than vast majority of Iranians, and then you have never came up with a response to that. You think I'm wrong to say many Muslims are good people, and then as soon as I remind you that Muhammad Reza Shah was a good person, and he was Muslim, and he served Iran very well, then you always get silent with no response. So I live in a world where one of our best leaders for Iran was a Muslim. That's the world I'm living in. So I don't know what world you're living in. And I love you, by the way. I disagree with you, but I love you. Oh, let me see. You actually have a response? Oh, you have. Okay, your response is a no true Scotsman fallacy. Saying, yes, I have. Shah's true Islam was nothing like Islam. Okay, but he was still a Muslim. So you're actually confirming what I'm saying. So most Muslims who are good people, their understanding of Islam is not my understanding and your understanding of Islam. So you're basically repeating what I'm saying and saying, I don't know what world Armin lives in. I live in your world because you just confirmed that Muhammad Reza Shah was a Muslim, but his understanding of Islam was different than you and me. So you're basically repeating what I just said. And let's go to the, oh, wait, I didn't read this one. Fleshy Interloper, thank you so much for the super chat, saying FTJ. What is this? Goldie, do you have any help? Do you know what this
No.
is? No. Okay. Okay. So we don't know what this means, but thank you, Fleshy Interloper. It's a secret message. If you know, you know. And I'm not one of those people who know. Okay, so let's go for the next super chats by push-ups. Thank you so much for the super chat saying interesting. Gotcha. Gotta update my Iran library. Okay. I don't know what this is referring to, but I'm glad that we were off service. Okay. Okay.
Oh no, this is referring to Tahiri.
Ooh, okay. Okay. Good. Well, see, this is why we need Goldie. Good memory. Thank
I'm
you,
always
Goldie.
watching. I'm always paying attention.
Always watching. Okay. Goldie sees everything, guys. Be careful.
I do.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. All right. So steaks and beans is saying, Armin, question. Joke from Google Translate. Is Khalibaf name actually Khalibaftan or Khalibaf or Ghalibaf? Okay. So yes, this is a Iranian joke. We call Ghalibaf Khalibaf. Ghalibaf means carpet weaver. Khalibaf means like nonsense weaver, which basically means somebody who is always lying and BSing. So Khalibaf literally translates to nonsense weaver, which we call in Iran, in Persian, we call somebody who is just always lying. So many Iranians call Ghalibaf Khalibaf instead. Good one. Neela, thank you so much for the super chat saying, I say this with love and respect to you both and your new endeavors and wish you the best. But I have to say, I miss spending all day with you both. It's hard to keep up with you. Grateful fan with love.
Oh.
Well, thank you. Well, you could. I miss spending all day with you
So
both.
she's referring to when we would live stream like Iran Revolution live for like 10, 12 hours a day, which we were doing for
Yes.
like 6 months, which was becoming
Yes.
a little bit unsustainable.
Right.
But that's why we're doing 2 hours a day. However, when things resume and things start escalating, we'll probably go back to the 10, 12, 24-hour live streams that we would have sometimes. But it was becoming a little bit unsustainable to do like 10 or 12 hours of live stream a day.
Yes. I mean, we're still streaming a lot. Like after you stream after this, I stream after this, so you could So,
and then we also have like media interviews, and we have like I have my video content that I'm creating. So there's a lot of other things we're doing as well. There's a lot of content coming out.
Yes, exactly. And yeah, thank you, Neela. I appreciate that. I thought that you're gonna criticize us for something. You're like, I love and respect you, but I'm like, oh. But then you said like, I love you even more. I wish I love you so much. But
we miss you all too.
Yeah. Thank you, Neela. And then Amir with the super chat saying, few days ago I told Paramount about you two, Armin. Oh wow, thank you, Amir. His name is Gary. Best of luck. You'll do great. Well, thank you. I hope so. Okay. No pressure. No pressure. Oh my god. All right. So yeah, I think I'll do okay. We'll see. I don't even know what he's gonna ask me. I'm just gonna wing it. Hopefully, I think I'm gonna be okay. All right. Any tips, Goldie, for Paramount?
I mean, let's get you on first. Oh, for Paramount.
Okay.
No, I think you'll do great. It was fantastic. It was just it was basically just having a conversation like the live stream that we're doing right now. So just be yourself.
Okay.
You'll do great. Yeah.
Just be yourself. Okay. Okay. Next super chat by Who That Nation Gal. Love that username. Saying, I made your what cards? What is that? I sent them to Goldie Discord.
I think victim card.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Goldie, send it to me.
Yeah, I'll find it. I'll send it to you after.
Yeah, no. I'm just kidding. Yeah, thank you. Later. Okay, thank you. That's cool. And then Amir Thank you for the super chat. Saying I can see Armin on Piers saying I'll not hang on. You invite me here to speak. Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, Amir, you're in my mind. I have yes, that's exactly. If he says hang on, I'm like, you hang on. You ask me a question, hang on until I respond. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. If he said like hang on, like no, stop censoring me on Piers Morgan Uncensored. Let me goddamn finish. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. Right. And they're gonna kick me out and never invite me back again. Like, what the hell? What do we do? Who is this guy? Okay. So, and then Nila, thank you so much for the super chat saying we need Armin Piers with chunky yogurt. Yeah. Yes, laughing my butt off. Okay, yeah, I don't know. He's gonna, you know what? He's actually hard to deal with because if you go against Shank, if you start yelling at him, he's just gonna keep yelling back, and nobody's gonna hear both of you. So with him, you actually have to play it calm, right? Because then it's going to be a shouting match, and people are going to be like, "Who are these two people are shouting at each other?" And we can't hear any of them. And then Piers Morgan will be able to come in and act like he's the adult in the room. So I don't know if with Cenk, you can't shout at Cenk because then he will shout to outshout you. With him, you have to play it calm, I think. Right? We'll see. Well, we have a strategy session if that ever happens. All right. Okay. So we have Amir gifting 1 membership to Goldie Ghamari's chat. Thank you. And then and then waiting for a few seconds and then doing another one. We're like, one was not enough. Let's do another one. Thank you, Amir. And then we got another super chat over here by Christian Evan Christensen saying, Armin and Goldie, aiming for a golden day? You good? Noor Pahlavi met lots of Iranians, and Iranians defended her against 2 critical news articles. From guys, we get Noor Pahlavi is in Norway. Her Royal Highness Noor Pahlavi is in Norway, and Christian Evan Christensen always comes from Norway and gives us the most recent updates regarding what's happening in Norway and Her Royal Highness over there. So thank you for all the updates. We wouldn't know about this unless you told us. So thank you so much for this important information. We're learning from you as a Norwegian regarding our future queen and everything she's doing. So thank you. That's a really good, really good updates to have. So I appreciate that. And then we got Ida with a super chat saying, Durud. Why? Just because I love you all. Oh, okay. Well, Durud back at you, Ida. I appreciate that. And then we got another super chat from PC saying, Armin, Free Palestine cause is causing trouble for Jews globally. This is all because of the Palestinians. Yes, exactly. This is why I always say Palestine is not a geographical area. It's not a nation state. It will never be a nation state. It's not even a name of a group of people within a geographical area. It's only a name of the movement, a terroristic movement with the goal of destroying Israel with further ambitions to take over the world. But as of right now, it's just a terrorist movement. And a Palestinian, I don't consider somebody who is a resident of Gaza or a resident of Judeo-Samaria to just be Palestinian. I only call people Palestinian if they are part of this terroristic movement. That's why I think Palestinian just refers to a terrorist cause, not to a group of people living in an area. So you could be a Palestinian not living in Gaza as long as you belong to this terroristic movement. And you could be living in Gaza and not being and born in Gaza and not be a Palestinian if you don't agree with destroying Israel. So, by the way, PC, thank you so much for the super chat. And Ida, thank you so much for the super chat saying, I stream, you stream, we stream. Yes, we all stream. Okay, constantly, nonstop. Thank you, Ida. And then, my auntie.
I want to read this one.
Okay.
So KP says, Armin and Goldie for your new language bank. Southern speak to Ghalibov. Careful how you speak. You might be a rooster today, but a feather duster tomorrow. Bless your heart. I love that.
Wow, that was
That's really good.
wow, that was pretty passive aggressive. Love it. Thank you, KP, Auntie K, Auntie K. Thank you. All right, so guys, that was it. By the way, Javi, I know you disagree with me a lot, so I suggest you come to our discussion group and debate me, bro. Debate me. Okay, that was cringe, but okay, that was cringe. I take it back. But if you guys want to come discuss any topic, political, philosophical, come to our discussion group, the Liberty Politics discussion. The link is in the chat. The link is in the QR code at the top right corner of the page of the screen. And the link is also on Liberty Politics YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, in the bio section, if I could show it to you. So this is Liberty Politics YouTube channel. This is my channel. And you can see the link is also in the bio if you're watching this later. So I'll be there in about 9 minutes. And so, Goldie, what are you doing for the rest of today?
Working on some videos, and then I am going live. I didn't go live last night because I got caught up with something unexpected, but I'm going live tonight. So I'm going to be talking about President Trump and analyzing all his statements from the last week. So that's what I'm doing on the Goldie Show tonight. More political commentary and analysis of President Trump's statements, including what he said today.
Yes. Okay. So guys, make sure you don't miss that. All right. So that's us. Unless, Goldie, you want to add anything?
No. I think we're all going to be monitoring the situation because President Trump, I don't think he's going to let it go, what has happened. President Trump is going to retaliate. The only way I can see the Islamic regime maybe trying to back out of this is to be like, oh, it was a mistake, it was an accident or something, which I don't think anyone's going to buy that. So, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens.
All right. Yeah. So, guys, come and join our discussion. Guys, even if you can't join the discussion group, Liberty Politics, we're going to live stream it. So come to Liberty Politics and follow our discussion. And make sure you don't miss Goldie's show. That would be very eye-opening. So make sure you don't miss that. And then until next time, until same time tomorrow for next episode of Iran Revolution Live, I'm Israel Chai. Long live America.
God bless America.
Javid Shah.
Payande
Iran. See you guys tomorrow.
غرق انقلاب است.
کشور ما، تاریخ ما ترسید گر فرا گرفته، گویی اهورا مستا دوباره در نور خود مرا گرفته. اکنون سرودی سر میدهم باز فارغ از رنج و تشویش، ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش. ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش. هن ای پدر، هن ای پسر، برخیز و باماش و همگام، تا درد آن تجربه تلخ ما را نکشیده در خواب. بگذار هر دم بغرند گرگ‌ها دم لباس میش. ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش. ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش. ای کارگر، ای برزگر، راحت کنون ادامه دارد در این زمان که پرتو یزدان از هر سو بر تو میبارد. پس پیش به سوی آزادی از بحر خزر تا کیش. ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش. ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش.
جوهر دفاع از استقلال و آزادی تا بشکنیم پشت ارتجاع پیریزی ویران آبادی تا زنده سازیم سنت‌های می از بالین و کیش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش
با امید روزی که تمام این دلبشو و انقلاب تموم بشه و ما در روشنایی، نور و سعادت مردم کشورمون غرق بشیم.
نه خارجی نه بیگانه نه مستشارهای ویرانی نه چیر خاران نه کاسه لیسان فقط هم رزمان ایرانی ما با شرافت میهنیم بسازیم بهر فرزندان خویش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش مردان بیایید داخل صف ما اکنون که آغاز رویاست دشمنان بدانید ما زنده هستیم بعد از ما هم ایران پابرجاست آن روح شیطان ما را فریب داد با صد شعار مردمیش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش پرچم ما پرچم ایران غرق خون شهیدان روی شانه هامان حمل میکنیمش در هر خیابان و میدان تا ماسک دلقکان را برداریم از روی تسبیح و ریش